He's one of our plan to see him fight in 25.
The goal obviously is a Canelo fight for him, right?
We hope he wants this fight.
Canelo and Crawford are two names.
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford are two of the most prominent names in boxing today, and fans can't stop buzzing about the possibility of these two legends facing off in the ring. The anticipation surrounding a potential matchup continues to fuel the conversation, with rumors and speculations growing.
Strategy is leaving with my hand, you know, rolls and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, you know, sums it.
After months of uncertainty, the possibility of these two champions clashing seems to have been reignited, offering a renewed sense of hope. What once appeared as a series of barriers and uncertainties now feels like it might actually become a reality.
As long as Crawford stays away and just boxes and be smart, he can win that fight. I think Crawford's a better fighter than Charlo, and he's a smart fighter as well. He switches and everything. So
Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion, has reached the pinnacle of his career. Last September, he successfully defended his titles against Edgar Berlanga, cementing his place as one of the sport's most dominant forces. Fans expect Canelo to appear during his traditional Cinco de Mayo dates, and the uncertainty around his next opponent has only stirred speculation, with Terence Crawford's name rising to the forefront once again.
In boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do.
Crawford's journey has been nothing short of remarkable. The former welterweight champion shocked the boxing world by stepping up to super welterweight, where he defeated Israel Madrimov, adding a 4th division title to his already impressive resume. Fans have dreamed of seeing Crawford step up again to challenge Canelo, and Crawford himself has shown an eagerness to take on this challenge. But could this dream fight really become a reality?
Terence Crawford was with Turki Alalshikh at the other event across town. Put out an open challenge to you on the internet with Turki Alalshikh calling you out. What's your response to Terence Crawford's call out tonight?
Earlier this year, Saudi sports mogul Alalshikh expressed his interest in organizing the fight, leveraging his connections and resources. However, discussions stalled when Canelo refused to consider it before his fight with Berlanga. This led Alalshikh to step back, and for a while, it seemed like the fight would remain a distant fantasy.
If the money is right, I mean...
$100 million? I heard Turkey offered you a big money already.
150.
150?
Now, Alalshikh has made an unexpected move, putting the ball back in Canelo's court. Speaking to DAZN, he revealed that he was ready to reopen talks, but only if Canelo himself was directly involved. "I don't know anyone from Canelo's team, but if he hears me, I'm ready to discuss it," Alalshikh said. His willingness to bypass intermediaries signals just how serious he is about making this fight happen. The big question now is whether Canelo will respond.
I'm an all-around athlete. There ain't nothing I can't do. So what you doing there? Enjoy yourself since winning the belts?
While fans are eager, Canelo has faced criticism, particularly from David Benavidez, who recently claimed that Canelo turned down a $70 million offer to fight an undefeated former world champion. Whether or not the claim is true, it adds more pressure on Canelo to deliver a massive fight in 2024. For Crawford, this fight would solidify his legacy and prove his ability to compete at 168 pounds, despite the notable weight difference.
And remember, Canelo is a guy who presses a lot. That's one thing Canelo does. Canelo's not very active, but he gets in your face and he mentally presses you a lot by cutting off the ring, getting in your face. So I start to wonder if going up to super middleweight is going to be a bridge too far for Crawford. But hey, man, he got the win, and I guess that's going to be the talking point from now as well.
The stakes couldn't be higher for both fighters. A win for Canelo would solidify his position as one of the greatest boxers of all time, while a victory for Crawford would elevate him to legendary status. Fans are eagerly imagining the fireworks this fight could bring, as both are known for their skill, strategy, and relentless determination. Alalshikh's involvement adds another layer of intrigue, as he's proven capable of orchestrating major events that capture global attention.
And you're a naturally smaller guy, it could start to take effect. It's a fight people are going to want to see. And if Canelo's not going to fight Benavidez and he's not going to fight Moreau, which we've obviously seen he's not, you'd rather end up seeing Canelo against a Crawford for like some kind of super fantasy fight, rather than Canelo against, I don't know, the guy who's going to deliver my...
Crawford's dominant win over Madrimov earlier this year sparked renewed discussions about his next opponent, with Canelo's name being mentioned frequently in fan and analyst circles. His commanding performance against the Uzbekistani fighter only added fuel to the fire, highlighting Crawford's versatility and readiness to take on anyone, regardless of weight class.
And like, I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter, and like he say, they talking about the fight with Germonta, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he say nobody's gonna give me credit if I beat him. It's the same thing, you know. It's the same thing. I think it's...
Canelo's recent victory against Berlanga received mixed reviews. While he successfully defended his titles once again, some critics felt the fight lacked the excitement expected from a Canelo headliner. This only increased anticipation for his next bout, with fans hoping to see him face a true challenge like Crawford. The fight would raise several intriguing questions. How would Crawford adjust to 168 pounds? Could his speed and precision counter Canelo's power and experience? Would facing someone as skilled and relentless as Crawford force Canelo to rethink his strategy?
A man coming from 147, I know he's a great man. Crawford is a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last.
Interestingly, Crawford had previously expressed hesitation about fighting at 168 pounds, especially against Canelo. Prior to his victory over Errol Spence Jr., Crawford stated, 168. I'm not going up there. At the time, many fans doubted the possibility of such a fight. But now, Crawford's mindset has completely shifted, and he's more determined than ever to prove himself, setting his sights on a historic showdown with Canelo.
I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's weight classes for a reason.
On the Porterway podcast, Crawford opened up about his deep motivation for this fight. To be honest, the Canelo fight was my motivation, he confessed. Moving up from lightweight to super middleweight without a catchweight is no easy feat, but for Crawford, it represents the ultimate challenge. It would be crazy for a guy who started at 135 to come all the way up to 168 and dethrone him, he said. Crawford knows how difficult the task is, but it's precisely this challenge that excites him.
For Crawford to call you out at 68, say that he can beat you at this weight?
No, you know, everybody wants to fight with me, so it's fine.
That being a biggest fight possible in boxing, is that something you'd actually be interested in?
You know, it's crazy when you asking about that, because you say, your matchup is coming out of the other weight classes, and that's it, and he's welterweight. So
despite the immense challenge, Crawford remains grounded, saying, there are things we talk about, but right now I'm still doing what I do. While Crawford has always been respectful toward Canelo, the Mexican superstar hasn't shown the same enthusiasm for the matchup. Canelo has openly stated that fighting Crawford at 168 pounds offers him no real reward, as a win would be overshadowed by questions about size. If I win, they'll say he was too small, Canelo explained. His reluctance is understandable, losing to a fighter moving up in weight would be a significant blow to his legacy.
All the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Still, Crawford has refused to back down, especially after proving himself again and again. His recent victory over Israil Madrimov.
Despite Canelo's doubts, Crawford has remained resolute. His recent victory over Madrimov showed his capability at higher weights. Canelo, however, wasn't impressed, suggesting that Crawford's performance was lackluster. Crawford quickly fired back, pointing out Canelo's own struggles when moving up in weight, especially after his loss to Dmitry Bivol at light heavyweight. While Canelo won his first fight at 175 pounds against Sergey Kovalev, his record at higher weights has been far from flawless. Crawford sees this as proof that he's just as willing to take on big challenges as Canelo, if not bigger ones.
A lot of people say, well, Terence Crawford wants to fight Canelo Alvarez to prove he's the best. Me personally, I think it's just a cash grab. And he's just trying to get as much money as he can.
Crawford's argument holds more weight when considering Canelo's recent choice of opponents. Just a few fights ago, Canelo took on Jermell Charlo, a former undisputed champion at super welterweight. If Canelo was willing to face Charlo, why not Crawford? Both fighters have earned their place at the top and are chasing greatness. For Crawford, this fight would be historic. Moving up to 168 pounds and dethroning Canelo would solidify his legacy as one of boxing's all-time greats.
Sparred over a decade ago, no one's been a bigger Terence Crawford believer than Tim Bradley.
Right.
And so Tim still picks Terence to beat Boots, still picks Terence to beat Canelo.
For Canelo, this fight represents a chance to defend his legacy. He's faced the best and proven himself time after time, but facing Crawford is a different challenge. It's not just about another win for his record, it's about protecting his place at the top. The pressure on Canelo is immense, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Fans are already debating the potential outcome, analyzing every aspect of this fight.
I think Terence Crawford has a chance against Canelo Alvarez at 168.
I think he has a chance against either one of those guys. The weight, though, is a serious thing. And one of the reasons why Canelo is so successful is he's got such a good chin.
Crawford's journey to this point has been extraordinary. Starting at 135 pounds and climbing the ranks, he's faced every challenge head-on. Now, at 37, he's ready for the biggest test of his career. For Canelo, this fight is an opportunity to silence his critics and solidify his claim as the best of his generation. As anticipation builds for this showdown, it's clear that this is more than just a fight, it's a battle of will, skill, and determination.
Crawford's name keeps coming up, and I know he's a lot smaller than you. Is that a fight that you would ever consider under any circumstance?
You know, I always say if the fight make sense, why not? But he is not in the plan.
Though they followed different paths to get here, both fighters share the same goal, to be remembered as the greatest. Amir Khan, who has faced both Canelo and Crawford, offers a unique perspective on the potential matchup. Khan has felt firsthand the power of Canelo and the precision of Crawford, and his insights are invaluable as the potential fight continues to build.
Making his own catch weight for years. You know, Canelo fought a smaller Mayweather. Canelo fought a smaller Amir Khan.
Yeah, he did.
Khan faced Canelo in 2016 for the WBC middleweight title. Despite a sixth-round knockout loss, Khan felt the full weight of Canelo's power. 3 years later, Khan fought Crawford for the WBO welterweight title and was stopped in the sixth round again, showcasing Crawford's precision and versatility. This rare experience gives Khan a unique understanding of both fighters' strengths and weaknesses.
Say like, no, that's 2 more weight classes. Like once he gets touched by Canelo, it's going to be different.
I am concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo, he's going to slow down.
Khan shared his thoughts on the potential fight with Box Nation, acknowledging the difficulty Crawford would face due to Canelo's size and power. However, he also praised Crawford's exceptional skills and abilities. "I favor my boy Terence," Khan said, emphasizing the motivations driving Crawford to take the fight, including the massive payday that comes with it.
Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast at that weight. Honestly, I would advise.
Khan's analysis underscores the complexity of the fight. While he favors Crawford, he acknowledges the risks involved in facing someone like Canelo. The large payday is also a significant factor for Crawford, who has already proven himself among the best in the world. If the fight happens, it's a tough call on who would win, but Khan would certainly be in Crawford's corner.
Yo, Turki, tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes! Let's go! Canelo, come on!
Alexander Usyk, the unified heavyweight champion, also weighed in, predicting a Crawford victory. Usyk praised Crawford's ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances and his capacity to adjust strategies. Usyk believes Crawford's versatility is what will help him overcome Canelo's physical advantages.
Terence Crawford would have to move up.
Crawford's most recent performance, a victory over Israel Madrimov in August.
Crawford's victory over Madrimov, where he secured the WBO super welterweight title, further solidified his readiness for bigger challenges. Despite Madrimov's reputation as a tough opponent, Crawford dominated, further establishing his place as one of boxing's all-time greats.
Tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely...
As speculation grows, Canelo Alvarez has kept a cool demeanor, simply stating, "Let's make it happen." This brief comment speaks volumes, indicating his readiness to face any challenge. A fight with Crawford would not only solidify his dominance at 168 pounds, but also test his skills against a fighter known for his ring intelligence and technical prowess.
Canelo Alvarez, he was never really about the Crawford fight, but the fans were. And I think His Excellency Turki Alalshikh was trying to satisfy the fans.
With both fighters now expressing interest, the Crawford vs Canelo fight is quickly becoming one of the most highly anticipated matchups in boxing. Crawford's impressive journey through multiple weight divisions and his potential move to 168 pounds will be the ultimate test of his abilities. For Canelo, it's a chance to prove that his power and skill can triumph over one of the sport's most technically gifted fighters. As the boxing world eagerly awaits this showdown, the excitement and intrigue continue to grow. What do you think? Share your thoughts below and stay tuned for more updates.